November 15th, 2023, a car is completely engulfed in flames. The vehicle is utterly destroyed, but inside the cup holder, a single item survives, completely unscathed. A water cup. It even still has ice inside. Now, juxtapose that insane viral image with this mind-bending statistic. A 110-year-old camping gear company skyrocketing from $70 million in annual revenue to $750 million in just 4 years.
Welcome back to Learning with Pratik. If you're new here, I try to increase neuroplasticity by exploring a new topic every day. I do all the reading and researching so you don't have to. Today, we're diving deep into this explainer to unpack exactly how a humble century-old brand managed to pull off one of the most remarkable financial miracles in modern retail history.
Section 1. The viral catalyst. So, the spark that literally lit the cultural match happened when a user named Danny Marie posted a video of her ruined car, showing off her surviving Stanley Quencher tumbler. It was this incredibly raw, totally organic moment of extreme product durability. That brief 55-second clip didn't just get a few likes, it racked up a staggering 84 million views. It's exactly the kind of authentic marketing that big brands spend billions trying to manufacture, and it was handed to Stanley completely by accident. But what's truly remarkable here is how the company reacted. Stanley's president, Terrence Riley, stepped right in front of a camera, totally unscripted, unpolished. He didn't just offer to send Danny a new cup. He offered to replace her entire car. That response earned 32 million views all on its own, and it cemented overwhelmingly positive brand sentiment practically overnight. He later admitted that if he'd known the video would reach hundreds of millions of people, he might not have had the courage to just speak from the heart like that.
Section 2. A century of green. To really understand this whole phenomenon, we actually have to step backward in time. Long before TikTok was even the thought, there was William Stanley. In 1913, he invented the all-steel, vacuum-sealed bottle. And for over a century, Stanley products were marketed almost entirely with this rugged, hammer-tone green aesthetic. Their target demographic was incredibly specific: workmen, soldiers, and rugged outdoorsmen. It was a tool built for absolute utility. Definitely not for fashion.
Which perfectly illustrates the irony of their modern success. If we look at their timeline, they introduced the 40-ounce quencher in 2016, and honestly, it got very little fanfare. By 2019, Stanley, which was doing a respectable but totally flat $70 million a year, was actually in the process of phasing out the quencher. It just wasn't a priority for them. It was literally sitting on the bottom shelf, gathering dust next to the camping stoves. The product was fundamentally the exact same back then, but the audience they were selling to was entirely wrong.
Section 3. The Buy Guide Pivot. Enter the Buy Guide. This is an Instagram account run by 3 women who looked at the quencher through a completely different lens. They didn't look at it and see camping gear. They saw an everyday lifestyle accessory for women. It was a cup that fit perfectly in a car cup holder, kept water cold all day long, and had a really convenient handle. They absolutely loved it, and they were understandably devastated when Stanley decided to stop making it.
So, the crucial turning point happened when the Buy Guide founders decided to take a massive financial risk. They actually partnered with Stanley to purchase 10,000 cups wholesale, paying for it entirely out of their own pockets. They sold out the first 5,000 in 4 days. The next 5,000 sold out in just 1 hour. The data was absolutely undeniable. Stanley's executives suddenly realized they had completely missed out on a massive demographic. They immediately pivoted their century-old strategy. They went from male, green, and hot to female, colorful, and cold. They introduced pastel colorways, completely embraced female-driven influencer marketing, and entirely reshaped the trajectory of the brand.
Section 4. The Psychology of FOMO. We've seen the marketing pivot, but let's shift gears for a moment and examine the deeper architecture of this trend. How exactly does a functional water bottle morph into a must-have cultural artifact? Well, to figure that out, we have to look at the academic psychology driving modern overconsumerism.
We can trace this all the way back to a concept established by Karl Marx called commodity fetishism. Simply put, it's the process where a product's value is elevated way beyond its practical everyday utility. People aren't buying a Stanley cup simply because it holds water. The utility is totally secondary now. They're acquiring it because of the symbolic status the item confers. It has effectively become an arbiter of social capital, a physical, real-world marker of being in the know.
Researchers who study trend-driven marketing point out 4 specific psychological triggers at play here. First is social proof. We naturally look to influencers to decide what is socially desirable. Second is envy. Those carefully curated online lifestyles create a faux narrative that we can attain that exact same life simply by purchasing the product. Third is FOMO, or the fear of missing out, which is artificially inflated by limited edition color drops. And finally, social belonging. The cup basically acts as a membership badge to a specific cultural group. It's a psychosocial game, played out in real time on our social media feeds.
Section 5. Stanley versus Yeti. Now, to really contextualize this victory, we need to look at the hard market data. Let's pit Stanley's newly minted lifestyle dominance against its closest premium drinkware rival in the space, Yeti.
The contrast in their strategies is stark. Yeti has largely stayed true to its roots. They are performance-driven, leaning heavily into a rugged outdoor legacy and authentic durability. And their average product price on Amazon sits right around $21.13. Stanley, on the other hand, is now entirely trend-sensitive and aesthetic-driven. They rely incredibly heavily on influencer marketing and limited releases, pushing their average price slightly higher to $24.74. Basically, Stanley is selling a lifestyle, while Yeti is selling a tool.
And the numbers absolutely speak for themselves. According to data from MetricsCart, Stanley is currently moving over 595,000 units a month on Amazon alone. Yeti is moving about 357,000. Stanley has captured the sheer financial power of blending high utility with viral trendiness. They aren't just winning the social media battle anymore. They are completely dominating the digital shelf.
Section 6. The cost of hype. This massive triumph of modern marketing definitely comes with broader implications. As we wrap up this explainer, it's really important to objectively explore the psychological toll of this type of over-consumerism. The pressure to constantly keep up with limited edition releases like that Target Valentine's Day drop that literally caused in-store stampedes fosters a state of constant social comparison. Academic research actually indicates that the fleeting thrill of acquiring a trending item often just masks much deeper anxieties. Once the initial rush of the purchase fades away, consumers are left feeling perpetually unsatisfied, which drives this relentless cycle of just wanting more. Self-worth becomes dangerously contingent on ownership. Which brings us to a critical reflection point. Are we content with this never-ending search for trends, or are we just trapped in a cycle of discontent? I'd love to hear your thoughts on mindful consumption down in the comments below. Do you own a Stanley? And if so, what truly drove your purchase? Thanks for watching. Tomorrow we open a different page. Until then, Pratik, out.